start streaming at different times. So I'm going to wait till I see them all say green, which means I should be up everywhere in theory. Looks like Twitch is the last one to come on live. So right now we're streaming on youtube.com/Scivive, SCIVIVE, on DLive, Richard Hart Win account, but they don't save videos, so what crap. Periscope, Richard Hart Win 1, numeral 1, however, they don't save videos, so what crap. Facebook.com somewhere. I don't actually know how to get to the Facebook video, but maybe you guys could tell me in chat. I do know they save them, so that's very nice. And when it's over, it'll be reposted. The link to the video will be sent to facebook.com/HEX Crypto. And on Twitch, which still says sending data, which it shouldn't, it really shouldn't. So let's check some settings here. Nope, settings are right. The settings are right. I don't know if Twitch will ever work. Well, someone typed to me from Twitch, so it must be working, right? Okay, cool. Well, then my indicator just isn't working right. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Are you enjoying your 50x gains in 108 days? A lot of people told you that HEX was going to go to 0. Well, that's funny. A lot of people were making fun, saying, this coin's not worth anything. You know, it's worth less than a single Satoshi. Well, I think earlier today or yesterday it was worth 44 Satoshis. So, yeah, those guys are all stupid. And those guys all missed the boat. They didn't miss it entirely, right? It's only 108-day-old coin, so I guess it's still quite early. But it just goes to show you that when it comes to knowing what you're talking about in crypto, there's a lot of people that act like they know what they're talking about. And then there's people that are actually provably right, like me. I'm right. I called the $20,000 Christmas. I called the top at 9,600. I called the bear market at 8,500. We went down to 3,000, and I told you 2020 could be a year where Ethereum outperforms Bitcoin, which it has, and where HEX outperforms both, which they have. So, you know, I don't have a crystal ball, and I can't predict what things will really do, but I can tell you what's possible, and it just seems that pretty often what I tell you is possible actually comes true magically. Wow, fancy that. So now there's this this mission for all of these people who are the wrongest you could possibly be wrong. You couldn't possibly be wronger if a currency that is audited 3 times on a trustless exchange with no counterparty risk that's also audited has up to $15 million of liquidity I've seen. I think it's at $12 million now. Does $3 or $4 million of volume a day over the last couple days. You want volume? You got it. You want security? You got it. You want fast? You got it. You want mad gains? How's 50x? It was like 57x versus Bitcoin earlier today. It's 50x versus the dollar now. What do you want? What do you want? It's all there. Like you can't do any better. This is amazing. It is absolutely 100% amazing, and it's only 108 days in. And all of these idiots that kept you in the dark and lied to you and fed you shit and led you wrong, you should let them know how you feel about that. You should let them know how their great certainty and strong statements with no hedging whatsoever turned out to be 100% wrong. It may have cost some of you the fortune of your lifetime. Now it's still early, you know, but like, for people to be so wrong and not get an apology, not get a thank you, not like, just amazing. Anytime I'm wrong, I'll tell you. I used to think that Bitcoin and altcoin prices were enemies. Turns out they go up and down together. I was wrong. I improved my worldview. I used to say absolutely terrible things about Ethereum back when it was much crappier. Now it's much, 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 much better. It's amazing now. It wasn't amazing then. It's amazing now. I upgrade my worldview with the new data and tell you guys what I got wrong. How many people out there do you see admitting to ever getting anything wrong, ever? It's a bunch of losers and idiots out there, and there's few people that will tell you the truth. And here's the funniest part. A lot of these losers and idiots, they have paid groups, and they get you to pay them money so that they can mislead you. Wow. What a business that is. Can you imagine being in the business of giving people wrong and misleading and bad advice that wrecks them and then charging them for the privilege? Holy shit. And those people exist. Amazing. So what's going on in HEX? We went up past Dogecoin, past everything. I think we went up to like number 28 market cap. And the only people that are tracking us properly is Coin Paprika, because for some magical reason, CoinGecko can't look at an ERC20 total supply. They just can't handle it. They can't process it. They're like, what? An ERC20 token? We've never seen one of those before. What could possibly be the circulating supply, right? Don't know what's wrong with those guys. At least they show the price right, so that's nice. When their API is up, sometimes their API goes down, and it just shows a big wick down to like barely anything. And then, stupid, it just looks terrible on the chart, and it never actually happened. It was an API failure on their part, right? So the exchange that had all the volume, their Blocklytics provider stopped working. And so like we have to, in HEX, a lot of the community just builds their own tools that don't go down and don't have these stupid problems. So if you go to HEX.live or you go to Uniswap.hex.vision, those guys pull the price off of Uniswap directly off the chain, off of their own nodes or nodes they license, and they don't rely on some third-party garbage that goes down. They're responsible for their own fates. And it just stays up. It's better uptime. And, I don't know why hobbyists, volunteers, community members have better service level agreements and higher uptime than people that do this for a living. I have no idea why. It just blows my mind. But apparently HEX and all the people associated with HEX are just better at doing things. So CoinMarketCap has a magic trick that they pull, which is pretty funny. Probably legally actionable, but no reason to make enemies at this point. I mean, XRP had to sue YouTube because of these scam videos that keep showing up. Had to sue them because they won't stop the scams. I mean, they're taking the founder of XRP's face, giving it a verification stamp, which I don't even know existed, and then letting the scams advertise. What? Like, no, like you can't do that, right? Like, yes, you probably should actually get sued for that. So anyway, in the case of CoinMarketCap, they show you the market caps in ranked order of market cap, right? But wait, there's a trick. There's a magic trick. Actually, there's all these other cryptocurrencies with higher market caps that aren't on the front page and aren't on the second page. You have to go to the third page to find those. Huh? Who knew that? Who knew that there was a third page that hid coins with higher market caps in the first two pages? I never knew that, right? Now, is it reasonable that they do that? It's kind of misleading. So one, there's a lot of shit coins out there that I don't like seeing people get ripped off on. So I'm for getting people out of the scam shit. Okay, I like that. However, if you have a numerical rank and it's ordered by market cap, and then you hide on the third page things that are higher than that rank, and then you're misappropriatedly, incorrectly sorting numerically, that's fucking misleading. So I'm not really for that, right? Now, so what is their intention? What's their goal? Their goal is that better coins get on the front two pages. I think that's their goal. That seems reasonable to me. And how do they try and do that? Well, they run a black magic box that they don't want to tell anyone how it works because they don't want anyone to game the system. Okay, I understand that. Cool. So what could their algorithm possibly look for? It could look for the same price across exchanges. It could look for multiple exchanges. It could look for a tight bid-ask spread. It could look for thick order books and liquidity. And it could just maybe use a timer for how long your tokens existed for, right? Well, HEX has been around for 4 months. It's doing $3.5 to $5 million and the most honest, trackable, transparent exchange in the entire world. You can see every single trade. You can see when people got in. You can see when people got out. You can see whether they have stakes open or not. If you go to uniswap.info, which is a free open source project that no one made any money on, a public good, okay, that's audited and has something like $61 million of liquidity in it right now, 12 or 13 or 15, probably 12 and a half right now, my guess, is in HEX. And HEX is the number one volume on there, the number one liquidity on there, making it popular. And this is what decentralized finance and crypto was invented for, to get rid of middlemen, to get rid of counterparty risk. It was what it was invented for. So the concept that new coins, new tokens have to supplicate and send users to these terrible centralized exchanges that steal their money, lose their keys, ask them for selfies out the ass, de-anonymize them, everything that sucks, everything that we invented crypto to get rid of. The fact that you're incentivized to work with these people and tell them, hey, this is how many decimals our coin has, and here's our and all this shit. Why are we dealing with these entities when we were invented to replace these people? It's gross to me. And I know for a fact that there's companies that just set up shop acting as though they're an exchange and cold call projects to try and get money from them. And how is that good for crypto? And the only reason people deal with that crap is because CoinMarketCap enables it. Because people think, oh, okay, well, okay, you need more exchanges? Okay, well, here's more exchanges, right? So it's causing the world to be worse. And so the guy that just basically his company bought CoinMarketCap for a very high amount of money just recently posted today on Twitter and said, hey, what do you guys want to see us fix? And I said, look, there's a public good that no one made any money on. That's the most honest trades in the whole world where you can inspect every single guy that got in, every single guy that got out. You can't possibly get more transparent without like putting their face in the account somehow. That needs to be more well-respected than centralized exchanges, period. On a centralized exchange, if someone buys, do you know who bought? Nope. Do you know who sold? Nope. Do you know if the exchange is trading against you? Nope. You don't know shit in a centralized exchange. Decentralized exchanges, hexdex.win, it's the future. Now, most decentralized exchanges aren't the future. Just recently did they become amazing, and I would say within the last couple months with hexdex.win, which is just a URL that points to Uniswap. Uniswap's a open source code, front end, everything's open sourced. So you can put your own hexdex.win up. You can host your own front end. You can, it's totally open source and audited, which is very important. So fix my YouTube titles. YouTube. There's nothing, is it wrong? Oh, I got to hear my own self in my ear. Let me see if I can fix this title real quick here, guys. So much work. Oh, I'm logged in on the wrong account. Okay. Now I'm going to have to hear myself in the ear again. All right. Change the title. Okay. Is it going to let me? I don't know if it's going to let me while I'm live, man. Maybe. This is so dumb. Okay. Thanks for the heads up, guys. I have edited that title. I hope that works out. So, what do we got? Crypto was invented to get rid of counterparty risk. It was invented to get rid of middlemen. It was invented to make things more efficient and reduce margins. And how do you do that? With distributed exchange, with decentralized finance, with non-custodial situations where you are the custodian of your own keys. You hold your own fate in your own hands. Your private key is your money. You don't have to beg anyone else for access to it. You don't have to beg anyone else for anything. Can you please unlock my account? Can you please send me some money? I'll send you everything. I'll send you everything I have here. You want some selfies? Garbage. Absolute garbage. So I hope that CoinMarketCap does the right thing and puts HEX where it belongs on the front page, because we're the #1 app on Ethereum by users since we launched. Maybe sometimes some game will come up a little higher sometimes, but they do no volume. So there might be somebody that has like a couple more transactions a day, but they don't have more volume or more users. And it's like, how much more do we have to do? 3 audits. Does anyone else have 3 audits? I don't think so. I think it's just us. 100% uptime. Anybody else with 100% uptime? Not very common. 50x price performance in 108 days. Anyone else doing 50x in 108 days with liquidity that you can sell into, where you can see people taking profit, where people are actually making real money? Does anyone else have that? On chain, we're the most liquid cryptocurrency in the world in decentralized exchanges, except for Ethereum itself and stablecoins. And looking at the numbers, might be able to overtake one at some point here, right? Like, these are big numbers we're talking about. So I just, I'm pretty sick of people not giving HEX the respect that it deserves. We have overachieved and overperformed in every single metric that anyone could care about. We've got about 21,000 members in the Telegram group. We've got, 70,000, 80,000 addresses that have Ethereum, or rather that have HEX in their wallets. You can see this at etherscan.io. We've got tons of real volume that you can inspect the trades. No tomfoolery going on there. These are, this guy that just bought, 13,000, 14,000 Ethereum worth of HEX. This guy's, I think, received coins directly from the Ethereum Genesis address. What do you want? I mean, these are the realest, what more do we have to do? I just don't get it. We're like number one liquidity, number one volume on chain, number one liquidity and volume on chain in Uniswap, which is no off switch, no one getting rich on it, no stupid token duct tape to it. Everything is going amazing, and everyone else needs to start respecting that. Like, okay, you wanted to haze us for a while and make everything hard and jump us into the gang. Okay, well, we ate shit for 4 months. All right, we did that. And now we won. All right, we won. You can learn from us now. So, what else is going on? 50x price. Oh, I just did a video. So a lot of people are asking, we're bringing real people into crypto that have never used crypto before. We saw a post on the Reddit where someone says, hey, I've got PayPal, I've got Visa, I've got credit card. How can I get into HEX? And we tell them, look, go to MetaMask and click deposit, and then click the wire option, WYRE, and you can get Ethereum from your debit card for 3% in the States, 4% in Europe within minutes without any stupid crap, right? You just put your name, address, phone, email, credit card number, and you can get crypto. You can get Ethereum in 3 or 4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes with 3 or 4%, which I can tell you, it's not that bad. Like, when you try and use card to get crypto, usually the fees are, I think, much worse. And the sign up is much worse and all that stuff. And you're sending stupid selfies and all this. So the fact that we've got easy fiat onboarding, there's a video that just went up on the Twitter, twitter.com/HEX crypto. I retweeted it at twitter.com/Richard Hartwin. So we've got fiat onboarding. We've got the most liquidity in Uniswap. I'm going to look it up. I hate quoting you like half numbers here. So if you just go to uniswap.info, you can see the real-time liquidity. And you can see every single trade that happens, and you can take a trader's address and paste it in hexinfo.io and see if they have stakes open. So right now, liquidity on Uniswap's 12.465, which is 12.5 million. Oh, no, wait. I'm sorry. Hold on. Wrong screen. That's Uniswap's total volume. Liquidity in HEX right now is 12 million, 12.1. And the volume in 24 hours is 4.5 million. That is a lot of volume. That is a lot of volume. USDC, the stablecoin from Coinbase, has only done 1.1 in volume. We're doing 4 times more volume than USDC, and we're doing more than double the liquidity. And $1 million of that liquidity came directly from Coinbase. Coinbase themselves put $1 million of liquidity into this pool in Uniswap, and we're just crushing. We're dominating, and we deserve the respect for that. We deserve the respect. Anything else that's like more secure, faster, more price performance, everything, more members in the community, more stuff built around it. Like, just come on, guys. CoinGecko should figure out our market cap. CoinPaprika is doing all right. They recently cut the market cap in half because they didn't like the origin address coins. Fine, no problem. Like, if that, even though you count Satoshi's coins, fine. I don't care. It's still better than what anyone else is doing. So CoinPaprika is doing the best. CoinGecko is doing price right. although their API drops sometimes, they're not doing the market cap any good at all. So they're not doing the ranking any good at all. There's absolutely no excuse for it. There's no excuse for it. And then CoinMarketCap's black box, like, yeah, we're just going to stick you on page 3 and good luck trying to figure out why. You're like, no. These are real trades. These are real users. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of them, and you're screwing them all over, and your own company. I've got 100,000 followers across Twitter and YouTube. Am I promoting that website that doesn't do the math accurately or rank us where we belong? No, I'm not promoting that website. I'm promoting another website instead. So it's in their own best interests to accurately measure this stuff. What else? So volume, liquidity, price. What else new is going on? Somebody just made like a whole Chinese guide for everything. He just messaged me out of the blue and he's like, hey, part of the Chinese community, and I made this guide, and apparently it's got everything. So I've got my like China guys that are kind of lead, and I go to for any advice I need in China because they live there and they know what's going on, and smart dudes. And so I asked, like, does this guide look pretty good? And they're like, yeah, it looks great. So soon, I guess, after the stream or tomorrow or something, I could tweet you guys this guide that these guys made, which is fabulous for Chinese users. Seeing good volume on YoBit for the Bitcoin pair, but it's funny because I think no market maker wants to market make there. So on a market, if you're a market maker, you've got asks and bids, and you hope that the price bounces around between them, and you make the bid-ask spread every time, and you just get rich with no risk, right? Well, here's the risk. In a trending market, and this is a ranging market, in a trending market, it just blows out. Like, so when that guy doubled the price in a single 10,000 ETH order a few days ago, it emptied the sell side of the order books everywhere else because people saw the price double and then saw the deal was cheaper there, and they just bought it. So that wiped out all of the inventory on all of the exchanges, and I'm not sure much of it's come back because I think back then the price might have been 20 Satoshis, and now the price went up to like 43 Satoshis today, maybe 45. So anybody that was a market maker had all of their inventory bought, and then they're sitting with bids way down here, and the market's way up here, and then they're just like, okay, I hope the market comes back one day so that I can rebuy my inventory cheaper. Because if they have to rebuy up here, now they sold low and bought high to re-get inventory to try and play at this level. So like, it's a crappy deal to be a market maker when you have something that'll just double in a single candle, because then you might have just lost, right? You sold your inventory lower, and now if you want to market make up there where the price actually is, you've got to rebuy higher now. And it's like, so I think if you look at the order books across all of the exchanges, I think it's extremely thin on the sell side, because people are afraid to sell. They'll have to rebuy higher. That's what I think is going on. What else? So bunch of seeing a lot of good YouTubers doing videos for Hex now. HEXologist is doing fantastic work. Love watching his stream. You should subscribe. Just look up YouTube HEXologist, HEXologist, OLOGIST. And yeah, I mean, everybody. Here's one of the funniest things about crypto, right? How do you know if a project's good? Oh, the price is going up. It must be good. Okay. So it's like people didn't like Hex when the price was 1 Satoshi, but they love it at 40. They love it. I've been trying to tell you guys about this for a long time now. A long time I've been trying to tell you, but you didn't want to listen, and then it's like, hey, how did this possibly happen? I don't understand what happened. And I told everybody, I'm like, look, the order book has got $4 million. I think it was $3 million on the bid side when I started telling people this. It's got $3 million on the bid side, $3 million on the ask, $6 million in liquidity total. If you find $9 million, the price will 16x because it moves as a function of a square because of the automated market maker in Uniswap. So in a single order, and then like nobody listens. They're just like, oh, okay, all right. So this whale, I call him the Genesis whale because he's got coins that are related to the Genesis address on Ethereum. And this guy stakes, man. You got to look up his address. I tweeted it out earlier today. This guy staked for 4,000 days, 3,000 days, long time. You got to look at his stakes. His stakes mostly ended in like 2034 and 2030 from the two addresses I looked at. 2034 is 14 years from now. 2030 is 10 years from now. Okay, well, he can't end stake and sell those coins without a giant, massive, massive penalty. And he didn't sell all those Ethereum he held for all those years. So this seems like a baller holder to me. This seems like the best possible person to have involved with a project. I mean, maybe Joe Rogan would be all right too, right? Maybe some guys with a lot of virality and stuff. But hey, maybe it is Joe Rogan. Who knows, right? It's all pseudo-anonymous. We don't know who the guy actually is. Probably not Joe Rogan. I said, look, do you know how easy it is to find $12 million in crypto? Stupid, retarded projects that should never have ever been attempted get tens of millions of dollars all the time. It's like a joke. It's like hilarious how much millions of dollars stupid projects get. Imagine what a real project can get that's complete and done and has all of the awesome metrics and reality behind it. So you go, it's done and it's secure and it's price performative and it's got all these users. Damn, it doesn't get any better than that. So this guy market bought, I think it cost him 1.8, and then I think it cost him in between 1.8 and 2.2 million. So we'll just call it 2 million. He market bought 10,000 ETH on hexdex.win, $2 million worth of ETH. And guess what that does? Doubled the price in a single candle. And then people sold it because I was even shocked. I was like, what? What? Why? Well, he just market bought and doubled the price, 2 million like that. And then people tried to sell it down, right? So the price came down 16%. And guess what? Went 2 or 3x higher. Just kept going up from there. And then, so now, like everyone's in a feeding frenzy because they're like, yo, this is just, we're not getting dips. Like I think, so that was a 16% dip. And then today we had like a 20% dip. And then it's already retraced half of that dip. And so now that's just a 10% dip. And I'll check it right now, actually. So right now the dip that I see, and I'll measure this to get you guys like even better data than like just eyeballing it. So this dip was 21.82%. And now it's only gotta make sure I get I want to make sure I get the price right this moment. So I get the price line right. Now this dip is 11%. So, I mean, we had a 22% dip. Now it's an 11% dip on something that just went up 50x. Holy shit. You're telling me that something can go up like, like many, 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 many X, and your biggest dip, like it's hard to find a red candle. I wish I could share a screen with you guys. So I'll just measure this move from this dude's market buy. His market buy, which was, I'm going to add the date range. Hold on. Okay, this guy's 10K market buy was 4 days ago. And I'm measuring this on a 4-hour chart, so each candle is 4 hours long. I could use a smaller time frame, and maybe it's like 4.5 or 4.2 or whatever. So 4 days ago, this guy market bought 10,000 ETH. We had a 16% retrace. We went up. I got to reverse this measurement now. So in that 4-hour candle that he bought, we've gone up since his 10K market buy 3.7x. 3.7x. From the candle that he bought, and doubled the price, we're up from the bottom of that candle 3.7x. Now from the top of the candle, the wick, we're up 98%. We have been up 98% from the top of his 10K market by wick. And from the price where we are right now after our 10% retrace, we're up 75% profit, which is 1.7x. So right now, after that guy market bought 10K and doubled the price in a single order, we're still up 1.7x from that. Now, after a dip. It's amazing. It's so amazing. And there's volume, a lot of volume, which I like to see, because it means that people, when you see volume in an honest market, it means that there's people that have a difference of opinion about what the price should be, basically, right? So, or I mean, they could be forced to sell or whatever, but in general, it just means that these guys want to sell and these guys want to buy, and then they butt heads enough that it causes volume. So it's like there's a saying in technical analysis that could even be considered, well, it's mostly technical, that volume precedes price. So you're going to see a price move after you see the volume. Now, is it true? I'm not sure, but it's one of the most widely regarded technical analysis sayings, next to buy low, sell high, right? Which is fundamental as well. But so you can't get a better chart than this. You cannot get a better chart than this. It's goddamn amazing. Like, you're up 50x versus USD in 108 days, and you're up 57x versus Bitcoin. Now, to give you strict numbers, because I like to be very, very exact. I want to give you the best data I can, so I'll just give you the real-time data. You are up right this moment after a 10% dip. Now, look, I'm looking at the Ethereum pair. Ethereum went up a lot today. So on the USD pair, we're even farther ahead, because, you know, you're looking at the Ethereum pair and then Ethereum went up. Now you get the gains of the Ethereum and the USD together. They multiply. Did I just close too many windows? All right. Too hard to get the window to work. I know earlier today we're up 58x versus Bitcoin. And when I tweeted today and had to change my name, it was at 57x. And then I think maybe we were at the bottom of this dip, maybe 48x. So now that we've already recovered half the dip, we're probably like 50, 52x versus Bitcoin, something like that. What other cryptocurrency do you know that measures their performance in multiples of your money? Wow. Yo, to get from $200 Bitcoin, 266, which was the bottom of Bitcoin in like 2015, to 20,000, that was only a 26 or a 27x move. HEX has already outperformed the Bitcoin bull run of 2017. Do you understand how amazing that is? Do you get it? Do you understand how amazing that is? It is absolutely insane. It's happening a lot earlier than I thought it would. I mean, this is like, I didn't know some guy was going to come and double the price in a single order. And I didn't know that that would kick off a feeding frenzy that made the world notice how amazing HEX is. I had no idea. So I am amazed. I am truly amazed. And I cannot wait to see what happens. Like, okay, hey, Asia, I'm not seeing that much Chinese letters in my chat yet. I'm seeing more Russian. I like that. I think the Russian chat has, let's see how many Russians we've got in here. 1,029 people. A couple months ago, this was 30 people. So that ain't bad. That's a good 30x right there. I don't mind a 30x. 30x in the Russian chat's pretty good. It's just so much good news. So much good news. I'm very, very, very happy. Like, okay, let's be serious. I'm not actually that happy. Like, I'm excited, but I want the damn respect. Okay? We built something amazing, and I want people to understand and respect it for what it is. This thing that exists and is complete and finished and has an amazing community, I want it to get the respect it deserves. And I want everyone else that was wrong to eat shit. I want everyone else that's wrong and everyone that's silent. Do you know how gross that is? to just pretend that this isn't happening, to see something flying up the market cap charts and enriching on paper, enriching thousands and thousands of people with money they've never seen in their whole lives before. Now look, for these guys to actually turn that into real money, right, like USD or something, they eventually got to exit, right? So I don't want anyone to be misled, okay? If you're rich on paper, you're rich on paper, right? Just like, people, like, crypto goes up and down. So right now everything's amazing with 50x gains in 108 days. Look, every crypto drops 85, 95% at some point. So I don't know if HEX will do that. I think it's probably likely to do that at some point because everything else in the world has that's not a stable coin. But when I see people staking like 4,000 days and they can't sell, and if they try to sell an emergency end stake, they get annihilated with penalties, so there's not much left to sell, it just makes me wonder. Maybe this is the killer app. Maybe this is the thing that will adopt the world to crypto. And when I see people to post on the Reddit, hey, how can I buy in? And all they have is fiat. They've never seen crypto before. I'm like, damn, that's what we were designed for. That's what HEX was designed for. HEX was not designed to appeal to crypto only guys because they're allergic to this mad gains pitch. But for the rest of the world, they like it. And you know what? It was honest and it was real and it was truthful and it happened. And so like everyone, a lot of people need to eat a lot of crow. So HEX launched complete with no promises and no expectations, complete. Nobody doing entrepreneurial effort to benefit you. Nobody like managing money with custody to give it to you. None of that shit. None of it. Real crypto, real distributed, real decentralized. You do all the work. You mint your own coins. You mint your own rewards. You do everything. Look at how it's working. Look at it. Look at how amazing it is. We're only 108 days in. And this is with maximum FUD, maximum blacklisting, maximum haters. Well, guys, you all lost. You all picked the wrong team. You all lost. Sorry for your loss. Not really sorry, actually. Fuck you guys. HEX is here now. HEX is here now. And the funny part is, if anyone tries to get in the way of HEX dominating, the community will route around them is my guess. So if hex.win goes down, I get shot in the head, guess what? You can go to another hex.win run by another guy with his own code base. You can go to hardhex.xyz run by another guy with his own code base. You can go to etherscan.io run by another guy with their own code base. All of these different ways that you can run the code. Ain't no off switch, ain't no pause switch, ain't no centralization. So anybody that wants to get in the way or try and interrupt, community can just route around them, right? And it doesn't matter who it is. Like Ethereum itself could play games. MetaMask could play games. All the coin ranking sites can play games. Guess what? It ain't that hard to build a coin ranking site. It's really not. So you think the community can't build a coin ranking site? I bet they could, because they're already doing stuff you guys can't do. They've already got a liquidity measurement tool for Uniswap that no one else in the world ever built. HEX Community built that. HEX Community is the reason that you can see liquidity on CoinPaprika for Uniswap for all of the pairs, for all of the ERC20s. So not only is HEX doing amazing things for itself in its own community, but it's doing amazing things for the rest of decentralized finance. So I'm pretty happy with how things are going. Pretty happy. All right, let's take a look at chat. Why not? All right, chat. Can you please pump this thing again? What does that mean? You talking to the whale? You talking to the Genesis whale? I hope you're talking to the Genesis whale, because I don't do any work for you, right? There's no expectations from me to do shit for you. Nothing. So I hope you're talking to someone that's not me. Yeah, real crypto, no counterparty risk, peer-to-peer cash. Okay, Richard, you're Satoshi. No, I'm not. That'd be cool. If I were Satoshi, I would have claimed my HEX with my Satoshi keys. Somebody's trying to figure out how to make a tool to let you set Uniswap limit buys. It already exists. It's called UniSwapEX, but I've never used it. So maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. It's funny, a lot of the shit that you're thinking about building, someone's already built it. So you're welcome. I think it's UniswapEX, I think. But ask chat. Chat will tell you. Can we shove HEX down their throats? You can give them some HEX and let them try it and see how amazing it is. Oh yeah. There's this Reddit forum that put up one of their banners for auction. And, I noticed that. And I said, hey, guys, check this out. I know where to get this currency that you can use to buy this banner. Isn't that interesting? So the community, they put together a banner, and they put it up. Creates a shitstorm because people hate a cryptocurrency that's designed to appreciate, even though they're all hypocritical pieces of shit that only care about cryptocurrencies appreciating. But they want to do it under this fake guise that they don't really care, like a humble brag, right? Like we're doing EIP 1559 in Ethereum that will burn Ethereum for transaction fees instead of actually giving it to the miners because we want the fucking price to go up. And we have the halvening in Bitcoin where the inflation rate drops in half every 4 years because we want the fucking price to go up. So the concept that HEX has staking to do virtual lending so that the value of coins that are unstaked increases due to the reduced supply of coins that can't be put on market that are staked, right? Virtual lending. I invented that term. Hope you like it. We do that because, one, it has all these amazing side effects. You have a chart of future market supply in addition to total supply. You have a time value of money so that the market can decide what the time value of something is. So it's monetizing time. No other cryptocurrency does that. HEX does that. Just like CDs in the real world do that for 7.2 trillion assets, more than there is printed cash. And that's just in the United States and China. So when we do it, shitcoin. Fuck the fact that we just copied what works in the real world with a CD, which is the second most popular product at your bank. So yeah, we just took what works in the real world and put it on the blockchain. But no, it's got to be a scam. But when they do it, it's great. So what is Ethereum working on? Staking. Okay, we already have it. And what is Ethereum working on? Coin burning. Okay, we already have it. HEX already has those things. So even though Ethereum's been working on staking and burning coins for years, HEX already has it. So it's obviously good. You guys are trying to still build it, right? Okay, well, we already have it, so it's obviously good, isn't it? And we're on the same fucking team. When people buy all this Ethereum and install MetaMask wallets to interact with HEX, what other ecosystem do you think that benefits? It benefits Ethereum, obviously, right? When people pay fees in HEX, where do you think those fucking fees go? To Ethereum miners. So like, I just don't get it, dude. The amount of hypocrisy. The fact that people holding coins like Bitcoin or like Ethereum that went up to $20,000 and $1,500 and then lost 85 and 95%, and then went up again to $14,000 and $280, and then lost another 65 and 75% again. Y'all can't never possibly step to me and say a damn thing to me about Ponzi ever, because your shit went down 95%. Shut up. My thing's making new all-time highs since it's been on market. Your thing ain't nowhere fucking near close to all-time highs. So like, I try and be nice to these guys, because we run on Ethereum and I respect the community and I like the community and there's a lot of amazing shit they're building and we have good synergy together. But some loud, vocal, uptight, wrong idiots that don't understand what HEX actually is make a bad image for all the other good guys. So I think Vitalik's amazing. I love the fact that he funds the Suns Foundation. I love the fact that he writes free and open source code for people all the time. I love the fact that he stands on stage like a real man. And how many cryptocurrency founders out there are standing on stage spreading the good word about crypto? Satoshi's not. I do more to promote Bitcoin than Satoshi does. So, and how many people called out fake Satoshi? I did. Vitalik did. A bunch of other pussies did not. So, it's I speak the truth to you guys, and then you measure the real world and you see whether what I said was true or not. And it's very clear that I give you guys a very good picture of reality, and a lot of the other people out there that get views, they are misleading people, and it is disgusting. And, if I wasn't so busy making the world a better place, I'd love to just smack talk these people in person. And I challenge people to debates all the time. They're afraid to do it because I'll crush them. And I've got a trail of bodies behind me of people I've already crushed. And so, everyone that is a fan of me would love to see me destroy some more guys, but they're too afraid to come on. Straight cowards. You know what? You know what I'd be okay with? Why the fuck do I got to be talking to people with less followers than me? Why? Why don't we punch up? Why don't we talk to some people that have got more followers than me? Why don't we talk to some people in the rural world? I'd like to see that. So maybe if you guys could set up some good interviews with people that are worthy, and let's talk to them, Let's not keep talking. Because look, I've taken all the low-hanging fruit of relatively intellectual people in crypto, and there ain't that many left. So we kind of need to expand our audience, because the crypto audience of influencers and founders is just, it's like running out of worthy people to chat with, Maybe there's a lot of founders, but most of the founders want to involve you in something that sucks, So even a smart guy will have some project that sucks, and then even if you want to talk to the smart guy, now you got to half promote his thing that sucks. And you're like, don't really want to promote things that suck, right? So look, if you want to see me talk to people, you need to do the work and set it up. If you want to see HEX on different exchanges, you need to call them and tell them and set it up. I posted a tweet earlier today with all the facts you would ever want to know about HEX: contract address, decimals, community addresses, everything you want to know. It's there. This is a peer-to-peer currency. If you want it to be amazing, you need to make it amazing. I just sit in that chair. I'm sitting. So you need to do all the work. If you guys want me to have interviews with people, you need to make it happen. So I see a lot of names getting dropped there. Okay, I'm glad you could write names in chat. Now email and have them direct message me on Telegram, t.me/HEX crypto. It's that easy. I answer all my messages. I think maybe 0.5% might not gotten to. Maybe. So what else is going on? Let's take a look at t.me/HEX news, because it's a low noise, high quality place where all the good news comes out. I'm talking at an online conference. Now look, CoinDesk had an online conference. I didn't get invited. What am I, chopped liver? My 100,000 followers that are you guys. You guys are chopped liver. You don't matter. Therefore, I don't matter. Therefore, we don't get an invite. That sucks. So if y'all work at CoinDesk or you know somebody that does, I should get an invite. I should be on some panel. I should be talking about something, because there's few people that know half as much as I do and speak honestly about it. I mean, hell, I stood on stage and promoted Bitcoin and Bitcoin alone. I can do that, right? I can tell you the good thing about a lot of different things. I think CoinDesk is owned by Consensus, so they're like a pro Ethereum house. So ain't I putting on thousands of new Ethereum users? Invite, thanks. Yeah, all these talks, all these people are doing online conferences. Nobody has better production value. Nobody has a better camera. Nobody has a better mic. Nobody has a better keyboard. Nobody's got a better setup. I should be at these things. So if you want to see me at them, you guys got to do the work, because I have an emailed nest, right? I just expect them to email me. You guys make it happen. So I'm at this one called fastblocks.live, which is in 5 days. It's on the 28th. So I'll be talking on some panel about crypto there. Showed you guys how to inspect the trades. Yeah, so this whale, this Genesis whale, he's got stakes ending in 2033, or no, 2053. And, am I reading this wrong? No, 2033. And then his other stakes are ending on 2030, the majority of them. I love that guy. Listen, Genesis Whale guy, I don't know who you are, but you are a hero, okay? Market buy, double the price, and then it's still 1.7x higher. Days later, damn, you're good. Good work, man. And then locking those coins up till 2034, 2030, you the man. You are the man. Welcome aboard, man. Welcome aboard. Thank you very much. I hope that this turns out amazing for you. I really do. You really, you're impressive. And holding that ETH for as long as you did, damn, you're a holder, man. Respect. Respect. What else do we got here? This chart. It's so hard to find a red candle. I just love it. I love it. Dude, 50x. What do you want? What do you want? We beat by 2x Bitcoin's performance from 2015 to 2017 at the 20K top. And we just getting started. It's only 108 days in. Oh my God. And the public isn't even fiending yet, man. I mean, this feels 2017-ish to me, man. It really does. And it's better this time. No AML, no KYC, on-chain, no counterparty risk, no middlemen. It's here now, man. It's here now. That shit didn't exist back then. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. What else? Oh, this chart. Okay. So most people use, to chart the price now, Uniswap.hex.vision. Excellent resource. Reads the real-time feed right off the chain. Love it. There's another resource that has one advantage, that you can overlay other charts. So you can see HEX versus other things. And so that's on a website called CoinTrader.pro, charts.cointrader.pro. Now, this feed is a little bit slower and crappier because it uses a feed from CoinPaprika, and CoinPaprika uses a feed from Blocklytics and all this stuff, right? So if you care about like the cleanest, probably fastest chart, I think Uniswap.hex.vision is going to be faster. But if you want to overlay other charts on top, right? And I think you might actually be able to put maybe trading strategies in this trading view window, maybe. You'd have to look at the difference, right? So charts.cointrader.pro and uniswap.hex.vision. If you look at the chart of HEX in 2020 versus every other top cryptocurrency, the top cryptocurrencies look like a flat line, and HEX looks like this. Just straight up. And that's real math. And you can see real people that really took profit and really made those returns. Real. Unbelievable. I mean, it's the sickest chart I've ever seen in my life. It is so sick. I love it. And anyone that ever talks shit, you're just like, yeah, talking shit. Okay, talking shit. Cool. You didn't read the audits? No, don't know shit. Don't know what's going on. Okay. Do you understand chart? Here, look at the chart. Oh, it's like vanquishing a vampire, bro. It's like showing a cross to a vampire when you show him that chart. There's like, oh, 50x in 100 days. Ah! Ain't nothing that shuts a hater's mouth quicker than a 50x in 108 days chart with their shitcoin of choice down at the bottom looking like a dead person's heart rate. Flat. Let's go through the timeline. Let's go through the HEX timeline. Hey guys, you should claim your free HEX. Scam! You're going to steal people's keys. You're going to steal their keys. No, nothing like that ever happened. You're going to lose anonymity. How? How are you going to lose anonymity? Nothing like that ever happened. It's going to go to 0. No, it went up 50x. 57x versus Bitcoin. It ain't on no exchanges. Nah, it's on 24 exchanges. 18 centralized, 6 decentralized. And the one that it uses the most is the best one. The one that doesn't have any counterparty risk. The one that doesn't have any middlemen. The one that doesn't have some token that made some guy rich for no reason. It's a public good. Okay? There's no volume. Let's look at the volume, bro. Let's look at that one. Hold on. Now, Etherscan shows a higher volume for some reason. I'm not exactly sure. They're supposed to, I think, both be 24-hour rotating. So I'm going to use the Uniswap.info one. 4.5 million volume, last 24 hours. On chain. Most liquid cryptocurrency in the world exchanged on chain that's not Ethereum or stablecoin. God damn. Okay. What else? Oh, it's wash trading. Is it? Let's go look where the volume's coming from. Oh shit, look, half of it's the Genesis whale. You're going to call him wash trading? Right? And then for the people that accuse wash trading, how do we know it ain't you? But I don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. Like, I don't see it, right? I don't see anything looking funky on Uniswap. This shit looks good. Like, if you go to a fake exchange that sucks, you're going to see all this volume with a price that doesn't move. Okay. A lot of volume, price don't move. I don't know about that, right? But you look at HEXDEX, man, this is the most legit trades in the world. You see every single trader. You see whether he has stakes open. You see what other coins he's playing with. You see when he got in. You see when he got out. What the fuck more could you possibly want? That's all there is. You can't have more transparent trades. You can't. It is the most transparent trades in the fucking universe in crypto. I think level 2 NASDAQ might also have a pretty good, I don't even think a level 2 NASDAQ has as in-depth as this. You can't look at a trader and be like, yo, what is everything this guy's ever bought? This shit's not in there. But it is in the blockchain. Bitcoin, I got no audit. We got audits coming on our ass for all this stuff. We got an audit for HEXDEX.win. We got 3 audits for HEX.win. What do you want? Now, when I say HEX.win, like the contract, right? Like the HEX contract. So, users, we got them. I think we're top 50 English-speaking Telegram channel in the world. You can go to combat.org and look at their top channels. 20,000 plus users in Telegram. 70,000 users on the address list. Let's take a look. There's nothing, right? Let's look at Etherscan here. Everyone is trying to keep HEX down and oppress us. We open up a ticket. Hey, when people search for HEX and MetaMask, it don't show up. They don't care. And they haven't cared for months. But every retarded shit coin, right there. Shows right up. Same with Uniswap. Hey guys, we got thousands of users trying to find HEX. And when they type HEX, it don't show up. Can you add it to the search bar, please? They don't care. They don't give a fuck. I would say, based on that, it kind of feels antagonistic to me. So they don't care about you, the user. They don't care about you. They don't care about your time. Fuck you, user. They don't care about you. So Uniswap don't want to put us in a search. MetaMask don't want us to put in a search. Etherscan don't want to put us in a search. So you go to Etherscan, right? Type HEX. What do you get? Some shit that's not HEX. Some more shit that's not HEX. Some more shit that's not HEX with fucking blue check marks next to it. And then number 4 with no blue check mark. If you scroll down, right? You actually got to scroll down to see the full logo. Then you have the real HEX. Okay. Well, let's look here. What's HEX's market cap? 391 million on Etherscan. With 122,000 addresses. I'm sitting here quoting you 70,000. 122,928 addresses. With 578,000 transfers. That's 578,000 fucking fees that Ethereum got paid. Right? Now let's look at the other coins that are ranking here. Let's take a look, right? Let's see what shows them to chat. Okay, this market cap $0, and they've got 1,000 transfers. Okay, that comes up number 1. Okay, let's check number 2. Okay, this one, market cap's $0, and they've got 56,000 transfers. Okay, so more than 10 times less. Okay, let's look up number 3. And this one's 0 cap and 236 transfers. So why the fuck are we number 4 with no blue check mark? Why? Why do you guys got to be like that? Why don't you give HEX the respect it deserves? It's got 3 audits. These other bullshit tokens have any audits, any users, any volume. Stop fucking us around and put us where we belong, man. It's getting damn gross. It's getting gross, man. You guys are the ones that look silly. No one else is fooled. Yeah, so, I mean, at some point, decentralized entities are going to have to stop fucking around and give HEX the respect that they deserve because it has earned it by its community. The developers building on HEX, the best statistics websites in all of crypto, HEX.vision, HEX.live, HEXinfo.io, no dash, HEX-data.com, hardhex.xyz. There's another guy that built a tool to make sure you end your stakes in time. You can add them into your into your Google. Exports all your stakes expirations to an ICS file, right? I can't remember the name of this thing right now. Sorry, man. I still need to. I got to promote your thing at some point. I haven't done it yet. So all these guys that have put in their time, blood, sweat, and tears to make HEX amazing, these centralized entities are fucking them over. All the community that puts their blood, sweat, and tears into spreading a good word about real decentralized finance with no off switch, no humans, no pause, none of that scam bullshit, that trusted, please, I hope, that you don't turn the site off bullshit. You guys are fucking over the movement. Stop fucking over the movement. You got to remember why crypto was invented. It was invented to get rid of counterparty risk. Think about all the things HEX solves. Overpaying miners to pollute the environment, HEX solves that shit. Overpaying fees, HEX solves that. Miners dumping the price to pay for pollution, HEX solves that. Monetizing time, having an analog for the second most popular product at the bank, the time deposit, HEX solves that. Largest liquidity on an exchange that's not Ether or stablecoin, HEX solves that. Audits out the ass. Security, HEX solves that. HEX solves so many fucking things. It's time to give it the respect it deserves. Thank you. If you're watching this stream and you know me and you know how right I am about things, I'm right about this. Show the people that believe in HEX the damn respect that they're deserved. And the same goes for YouTube. Why am I talking to you on a stream that's got 10 or 20x less followers than my original channel? Because they're fucking us over too and just deleting streams midstream, just deleting them. And then when they delete it midstream, I can't even put up an appeal that they never look at anyway. I got an appeal up there for a couple months. They don't give a fuck. They don't care, right? I'm tired of all these people doing a bad job at what their primary job is, when everyone in HEX does a damn good job. The HEX community, the hobbyists that do this shit in their part-time, have higher uptime and more accurate stats and less censorship and are better fucking people than a lot of these centralized entities that I'm running into. A lot of them. And that's just disgusting to me. Can you believe that these people to do this shit full-time for a living are getting outperformed by fucking hobbyists? It doesn't make no sense to me. Doesn't make no sense to me. Maybe they should get some hobbyists and maybe they could outperform. I don't know. There's no damn excuse for this. No damn excuse for it. So once again, if you want to see HEX become better and you want to see HEX become improved, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. And you need to make a mark in the world and say, hey, look, guys, stop fucking around. Be fair, be legit, be honest, right? If, all right, back to chat. Now, here's the funny part, right? Did all that bullshit that all these other people are doing to HEX, did the price care? Did it care? Did all of the scam articles that said HEX was the biggest scam in the world and I was the biggest scammer in the world and the price was going to zero and all this bullshit, did the HEX price give a fuck about any of it. I don't think it did. I mean, 50x seems like not giving a fuck. But maybe it did give a fuck and it should actually be up 100x. I don't really know, right? So me, I like to tell you the truth. I like to be honest, and I like to give you facts and then tell you what reasoning I used on those facts and then tell you my conclusion. And then if you disagree with my conclusion because you did your logic different, at least we're working from the same factual base. The damn metrics around HEX are damn amazing. Real users, real volume, real solutions, real innovation, truly complete with no promises made whatsoever. None. I know cool shit people are working on. I don't even tell you about it half the time. I'll wait till it's done. No expectations. It's fucking awesome. Awesome. Oh, and the funny part, you can claim it for free. You can claim it for fucking free. It's fucking free. You can claim it for fucking free. So now you see Bitcoin guys could have claimed 4 months ago. Now they're like, oh, okay, now the price is going up. I'll claim. You're already missing 40% of your stack because you've missed 37, 38% of the launch phase. And so you're missing 38, 30% of your stack, and you're missing 37, 38% of your bonus because you're slow, because you could have got this free money earlier. And then when the last guys come along and they're like, oh man, this looks really awesome. I can't wait to claim it and dump on them. They ain't going to get shit because they're going to be missing 97% of their stack and 97% of the bonus, right? So this thing is designed amazingly, and the rabbit hole goes deep. There's so many things in the system that you don't even know about. What do you think is going to happen to the share price on the big payday, which is something like $100 or $200 million now in 200 days? Share price is going to explode. Why? Because the share price is based on ROI. And people are going to get a huge ROI input on that day. And so there's going to be a huge share price increase. But how many people even know that? I mean, half the people I talk to, they don't even know the big payday exists. They don't even know the big payday exists. People are like, hey, how can I buy? Just because they see the 50x. They don't even know that there's a huge big payday in 200 days. They don't even know that. A lot of people don't know that the more free claims that happen, the more the big payday goes up. The big payday can go up by 3x if 100% of people claim 100% of the coins. Which I think late penalties plays into that. So I'm not sure that you could do a 3x now. And if anyone had lost their keys, you wouldn't be able to do the 3x. So there's no way you're ever going to get the 3x. But you definitely do get a larger big payday when more people free claim. When you guys see your big payday going down, it's because more people are opening stakes. And maybe even longer stakes, right? So there's so much hidden game theory and awesomeness that's in this system that people just aren't even aware of. They don't even know it exists. Like, did you know that you could cancel a stake before it really starts, a pending stake with no penalty? A lot of people don't know that, right? Like, it's just so much cool shit in here, man. I'm very happy about it. Did you know that if you send HEX or any ERC20 directly to the contract address, that it's unrecoverable forever? No one can ever recover it. It's lost. So if you wanted to burn HEX, you could use the ERC20 burn function, or you could send it to like a known burn address, like 0x all zeros, or you could just send it directly to the HEX contract and no one will ever be able to recover it because there's no flush function for that. Which is why there's like another ERC format that addresses that. I think it's the ERC223. But ERC20 is the best. It's battle hardened. It's processed billions and billions and billions of dollars. And I don't think you should be beta testing with billions of dollars some new protocol. That's dumb. Like, use what you know works and what you know is secure. Oh, yeah. Here's another one somebody just mentioned in chat that I didn't even think of. If you emergency end stake after big payday, I think you're going to get slaughtered. Slaughtered. Because emergency end stake penalty is based on how much profit you would have made had you stayed in. And so now you see some people, if you have a longer stake and you emergency end stake it, I've seen a person get nuked for everything. Like 100% nuked, nothing left. That guy fucked up. If I've seen guys get hit for smaller penalties that had shorter stakes, right? But after the big payday hits, the share price is going to skyrocket, and therefore the penalties for ending stake after big payday are going to be massive. So much interesting game theory goes into this. So much. And think about all those guys that had weak hands from earlier. If you go to HEX.vision, there's a wall of shame. You can see all the penalties that people have paid for emergency end staking over time. And so here's the price chart. Right? Get up. A lot of emergency end stakes. Price comes down. And then and all these guys are like, oh, why did I sell? Why did I sell? And here's the thing I dislike about people that sell in general. When a person sells, they often become the most jaded, shit-talking. So Mike Hearn used to be a Bitcoin developer. He sold that shit. He never said a good thing about Bitcoin ever again in his entire life. He sold it like, I don't know, 1,000 or something. Right? When people sell their bags, they don't say fucking nice things about the shit they sold anymore, because they either want the price to come down so they could rebuy back lower, or they just feel they don't want to feel like they missed out, right? So I talked to I had this interview with this guy. Everyone hates our interviews, hates it. And I told him all about HEX, told him how amazing it was, right? Did an interview with him. He free claimed his HEX, sold it first day. Doesn't have anything nice to say about it. Price goes up like 10x, 14x, something like that. Do another interview with him. I'm like, hey man, shit's going really good, right? Right after that interview, price like doubles or quadruples or something. So I messaged him like, hey man, what's up? You catch that? You catch that that move? Oh no, How stupid are you? like what the fuck? It offends me that I could spend hours talking to somebody and then they just don't get it. They don't get it. And you're like, fuck, man. I thought I did a better job explaining this shit to you. Like I guess your time was wasted. My time was fucking wasted. A lot of wasted time. I don't know. Like, I just saw a funny GIF in HEX memes today. There's like a picture of a guy that goes to hell, and Satan's there, and he's like, yeah, everybody's version of hell is different, and your version of hell is watching this television. So the guy turns on television, and he says, here's a picture of you not buying HEX 100 days ago. Here we go with these hard-hitting questions that we've never answered a million fucking times before. Here we go. Sci-Vive, what about the fact that HEX founders control 40% of HEX Supply for all time? Well, let's talk about how fucking stupid you are, okay? XLM went from nowhere to top 10 crypto with 80% of the coins in a foundation. XRP went from fucking nowhere to number 3 with 60% of the coins in a company. So your theory that centralized ownership somehow makes a coin better or worse appears to be fucking wrong. Sorry for your loss, bro, because I just named you 2 of the top 10 cryptocurrencies. Actually, I think XLM went to like number 13 or 14 now, but I think they were like number 7 at some point. Second, who is selling the price down? Go on Uniswap and look at who is selling the fucking price down. Who sells? Is the origin address selling? Is anyone the origin address is ever sent to selling? No. Oh, well then, isn't that cool? Isn't that neat? So people ask the same fucking questions over and over and over again, and I answer them over and over and over again, and they don't learn. They don't fucking learn. This coin went up 50x in 100 fucking days. Do you get it? Do you get it yet? They don't get it. They have their narrative. They have their little brain. And their brain's like, I don't like this thing because I don't own any. So I'm going to shit talk it. Just keep watching the chart and feeling bad every fucking day, dude. Keep feeling that shit. can I get free 1 million HEX? If you refer enough people, but that seems like work, so I don't know if it's free. I don't know. I don't think you'll find a free 1 million HEX without working for it. Somebody says, my brother sold his Bitcoin at 1K. Yeah, people don't understand how high crypto can go. They feel really good getting their 2X or their 3X. You're like, yo, you know Bitcoin did 2 million X, and you know Ethereum did 10,000 X in 2.5 years, right? This shit is better designed, in my opinion. So understand what's possible. Like, I'm just going through chat here, reading questions. Can we stake the HEX you buy from Uniswap? Yes. Oh yeah, even people that believe in HEX and promote the shit out of it and build on top of it, even those guys try and be smart, and by smart, I mean dumb, and try and time the market. Look, I'm fucking expert in a lot of things, and I do not know what the HEX price is going to do. I did not know some fucking whale was going to double the price in a single order. And then I would have guessed it would retrace more than 16%. Like, this shit's crazy, dude. And I'm a fucking pro. And I'm telling you, I don't know what's going on. So if somebody else is trying to time the market and try and buy lower and shit, you're just like, I could show you on the chart everyone that sold and tried to buy lower and it never got there. Like, they're not happy now, right? They could have sold 10x, 20x, 30x, 40x higher. Like, you feel sorry for guys like that, you know, they think that they can read the chart real good and they think that they can just sell and rebuy and it'll all be okay. And crypto can leave you behind and you can never rebuy. So if you thought that Bitcoin always revisited its previous highs, then you would have thought you could rebuy 1170 or 1154 FinEx price. Bitcoin never went back down to 1154. So that was the old previous peak. Broke it. Never went back down to test it before new highs, which would be called like a wick off retest. Never went back and retested it. So guess what? Motherfucker's still sitting with orders trying to buy at 1170. How many years later? 4 or 5 years later, right? I don't think we go down there. I don't think. I'm just saying, if you're trying to rebuy crypto cheaper, a lot of the times, man, it just don't go back down there. So even the dippity doo-dah 85% dip went down to 3K. Didn't go down to 1170, the previous top. Thus, right? Of all the crypto in the world that you don't have to trade, HEX is up 50x in 100 days. Did you need to trade to outperform that? Did you need to try and trade to outperform that? And that's not even including the interest you get for staking. And it's not including the interest you get from the people emergency end staking and paying the penalties to the staker pool. It's not even including that stuff. So, I mean, you can trade it if you want, but maybe don't, you know? Now, you can't take out margin on it yet, so it's hard to get ultra wrecked, right? You can't, like, get liquidated in a long or get liquidated in a short because there ain't no margin for it yet. But I bet one day there is. And then you're going to have to listen to me tell you not to trade. And you people that won't take good advice, you're going to be the guys that liquidate and watch the price move because of you. So if you don't believe in HEX and you want to short it, watch your ass get liquidated and become a buyer at a price way higher than you thought it could go. That's what crypto does to people. The shittiest of shit will pump, let alone something that's amazing like HEX. Somebody says, price action has nothing to do with value. Enron went up too. Yeah, I just said that. But your comment might have been before my statement. We should add a caveat that Amazon went down 95%, but now it's 50% of all commerce, probably more of all internet commerce in the United States. So sometimes value and being good does actually make your price go up. So on a long enough time frame, I think you'll find that shittier shit tends to go down and better shit tends to go up on a long enough time horizon. Should still prefer to be in better stuff if you can. How does one use Monero to buy HEX without using a centralized exchange? Fuck. I should have an answer to that, man. I don't actually know, and I would be really curious to find out. So there are atomic cross swaps for Bitcoin to Ethereum, but I don't know if there's any atomic cross swaps from other stuff to Monero. But it sure would be cool if there was. Yeah, so open question for you guys. If any of you guys know a way to turn crypto into Monero without AML, KYC, centralized bullshit, this guy wants to know. Please paste him the answer on twitter.com/RichardHartWin. That's twitter.com/RichardHartWin. He's looking for how to turn crypto into Monero without the AML, KYC. I mean, if Binance doesn't fuck you over and randomly AML KYC you, then you can do up to 2 BTC a day there, apparently. But I think randomly they fuck people up. So I guess you could limit your risk to something you're comfortable with and then just iterate over time. And then if they fucked you, they only fucked you for the last part. Please only do what is legal in the country that you live. Do not take any advice from me that might not be legal. Thank you. It sucks you have to add a disclaimer like that having privacy in your life might be illegal. It's so disgusting to me. It really bothers me. Protecting your financial security from hackers might be illegal. It's terrible. Yeah, it was pretty funny when oil went negative. It went fucking negative. Oh my God. I can't believe that. Because we always joke about it in the trading chats, right? Maybe it'll go negative. That shit actually is allowed to go negative. Amazing. Fucking amazing. Somebody asks yet another stupid fuckhead question. Not that I care, but why is there even an origin address needed? I don't know, bro. Why does Satoshi get 1 million coins, dog? Maybe he shouldn't have got 1 million coins. Why do inventors get patents? Why do fucking farmers get to reap the harvest of their seeds? You fucking dumbass question asking motherfucker. What the fuck? Why do first adopters of any technology get outsized returns? Why does the early bird get the worm? Why do fishermen wake up at fucking 5 a.m.? Your question sucks dick, dude. Maybe because if the shit wasn't that way, HEX wouldn't exist. Do you like HEX existing? Okay, then be fucking happy with your 50x. Why do people make money on things? I don't understand. That's a dumbass question. Do me a favor. You go build some cryptocurrency that's amazing. Let me claim that shit for free so I can come in your chat and ask you dumbass questions about it. Please. Please do that. Because I want my free money and the right to shit post up in your thread. Hilarious. Oh, someone posts a smart comment. Well done, Predator. Consensus centralization is not equal to cap table centralization. Decentralization censorship resistance is depending on consensus being decentralized, not ownership. Well said, sir. I recognize those words. And yes, I hope you're quoting me because yes, that's 100% true. And I said that same shit. So You're 100% right. How much percent of all HEX are staked? I think it's a third. Let's take a look. So, HEX has a total supply of 193 billion, of which 51 billion is locked and 141 billion is circulating. So that looks like 23 or 24% to me, but I can do some math real quick. 51.698 over 193. It's 26.8%. So my 30 was a pretty good guess. By the way, a lower staked percent increases the payout per staker because the same profit inputs are spread over a smaller group of people. And it raises the market cap because market cap is defined by price times circulating supply. And in HEX, since coins are burnt when they are staked, they're no longer circulating. And so if more people stake their coins, it will reduce the circulating supply, which will reduce the market cap. So if you like getting paid a lot as a staker and you like HEX having a higher market cap, then you would prefer to see lower percentages of HEX staked. Can I come on the stream and ask stupid questions so the chat can watch you kill someone live, even though I love HEX? No, it's okay, man. You don't have to volunteer yourself for that abuse. Chat will cover it on its own. If you ask me a random question in chat just to shill another coin, I'm going to block you. I am not an advertising platform for whatever bullshit you have fallen for. Not. So maybe some of you guys are just drunk posting, and at a normal day I wouldn't need to ban you. But when you're advertising shit in my chat, I'm going to ban you. What I think is a realistic market cap for all crypto. Market cap's a stupid vanity metric, okay? Bitcoin's founders' coins, which have never ever moved, are counted as circulating. That is 100% bullshit. It's 100% bullshit. If the definition of market cap in cryptocurrency is circulating times price, Satoshi's coins should not be included. He's got about 1 million coins, so the market cap should be about 5% lower. Period. Let me tell you how stupid market cap is. If you create a shitcoin and you have 1 billion supply and you sell it to yourself for $1, you now have $1 billion market cap. That's stupid. Now, maybe that's why you get into this black box kind of like, how do we make sure these things are real? My best guess as to how to tell the difference between a real cryptocurrency and a fake one is how many real users they have. And if they have real users, well, then it's important to show those real users their real currency on the market cap table. If a cryptocurrency is some fake bullshit that doesn't have real users, well, then it's not important to show the audience that thing because they don't have any real users in the fucking audience. So if you want to serve your user base and do them a solid and provide value to them, then, how many users a currency has, I think, is a very valuable component of how much respect they should get and how much eyeballs they should get and things like that. Now, if you have a newer coin that has a potential to be great, then they should have some type of, lottery or something that has the ability for those things to perhaps get traction, So it's just like on Reddit or on Hacker News, there's the what's hot, and then that stuff people have already curated to be good. And then there's the new shit nobody's looked at yet. And you can choose what version you go to. And then the stuff that people are going through and the new, and they find that's good, they'll upvote, and then that will become curated and shown to people as good. So you kind of need both, right? You need the curated good version that's maximum efficient for everyone that's casually viewing, and the hardcore guys that have already read all that stuff and they want to read more can cycle through the new stuff to pick out the wheat from the chaff or the diamonds in the rough or whatever analogy you want to use. How does share price affect you? All of the profit from being a staker only comes from having shares. And having shares only comes from staking HEX. And by staking that HEX, paying the share price to get the shares. So if you staked 100 HEX the first day, you got more shares than if you staked 100 HEX today. And the share price only goes up forever. So you will never be able to get more shares for your HEX that you staked at a later date than an earlier date. You'll never be able to do it. It's mathematically impossible. So it rewards early adopters and is an analog for compounding interest, which is a big deal in finance. Where can I get a necklace? What kind of necklace, dude? I mean, I think you can get a necklace like out of your closet if you just like untie some shoes and take the laces off. There's a necklace right there, bro. Tie a fork around it, you could be fork guy. If you mean a HEX necklace or a power to profit, fist crushing money necklace, a little bit harder to come by. All crypto USD value is tied to Bitcoin. What would it take for the ETH ecosystem to break away from that? Well, just do the flipping, right? And have a higher market cap. That's the answer there. Because these things all trade against each other, the thing that has, somebody says, turn my game down. Yeah. I don't yell as much as my yelling consists of a shorter time frame than my not yelling. And I'd rather not fuck up my gain for my not yelling phases. And a little bit of clipping when you yell is artful anyway. I mean, it would probably sound better on like a vacuum tube amp or something, but you'll have to deal with my even-numbered harmonic distortion. Unless I always mix up the even and odds and the harmonic distortion difference between a digital amp and a vacuum tube amp. Early bird gets the worm, but in HEX's case, the OA gets 40% fraternity. How do you know the OA didn't divest already and didn't already sell to other entities? You don't know shit about shit, and you're unlikely to ever know shit about shit. You don't know. Welcome to crypto. Such a fucking socialist cocksucker. Why are you counting someone else's money, dude? Do you wake up every day and go, fuck, Jeff Bezos is so rich, this is bullshit. What percentage did Jeff Bezos have of fucking Amazon? Is it too much for you, dude? Does Zuckerberg own too much of Facebook for you? Does Satoshi own too much of Bitcoin for you, you socialist fuck you? Who are you to decide what percentage of something someone owns, you shit-talking commenter person? What do you own of things you've built, fuck boy? I don't get it. Like, what? Doesn't make any sense to me. Like, are you the fucking capitalization table enforcement guy that's for fucking the proletariat or whatever? Like, we need to split this shit up, make sure like it's spread out over more people, maybe get some more weak hands in there. I'm watching what the fucking whales do, and I'm watching what the plebs do. And it seems to me like the whales have got way stronger hands than the plebs. The plebs seem to be shaken free a lot easier. So you might want to revisit what makes a cryptocurrency valuable. And it's from people buying it and holding it and not selling it. And if you like holders that buy and hold and don't sell, you should probably find new respect for whales. And it's all on chain anyway. Like, if you want to know what's going on, go and look on the blockchain, right? Like, it's all public. Go look. By the way, I've answered all these questions 100 times, just so you know. And if you want reminded of these answers, go into t.me/hex crypto and type !pasta, and it will give you a list of all of the menu options to choose from. And many of these answers are already there for you. And I should add them to the fucking FAQ on the website. I really should do that because they're that good. Richard doesn't want any challenging questions. Fuck boy, I have allowed you to stay in my chat, and I've answered every single question you've asked and derided you for asking stupid questions I've already asked 100 times before and showed you why they were stupid with evidence. I can't possibly serve you, stupid, ignorant person who should already know this from watching my 50 million other live streams. You should already know these answers, really. Or I've answered all your questions above and beyond the Call of Duty and allowed you to continue asking them. You don't need to insult me personally telling me that I don't want hard questions. There aren't any hard questions for me because I've answered the same questions for 2 fucking years. These aren't hard questions. They're already asked and answered over and over and over again. And I have mostly copy pasta that you can just call from a bot that answers you with text and video answers with timestamps. All of the stupid shit all of you guys have asked me 100 times. It's already answered. What percentage of HEX is in Uniswap? There is not much HEX left in Uniswap. People are like really buying it up. So let's take a look. I'm going to tell you exactly how much is in Uniswap. $2 billion. 2.1 billion. That's how much HEX is in Uniswap. And 33,400 ETH currently. Somebody in chat says, Richard Hart, you are making me rich. Always trusted in you. I am not making you rich. A well-designed piece of software in a community is making you rich. I am not doing shit. So I appreciate, I think, that you are thanking me for having designed it. You're welcome. But in fact, I am not doing any type of activity that would help your price. So it's very important that you understand that. There's no entrepreneurial effort going on here. There's no managerial effort going on here. You are not to expect any profit from the work of others, especially me. So I appreciate the compliment. It's important for all you guys that want to compliment me in the future to compliment the design and the product that is working as it was designed and doesn't have shit to do with any centralized party. It's truly decentralized. There's a lot more hours of streams getting made every single day by people that are not me. There's a lot more activity going on in the chat rooms every day that is not me. There's a whole lot of websites being built and maintained and things being built on top of HEX that don't have anything at all to do with me. I'm a very, very small part of this. Very small part. Now I invented it. It used to be very important back then. But now, I don't really matter that much. I think I might have streamed at the same time as HEXologist. Sorry, bro. My bad, dog. Everyone, when you're done watching the stream, please watch HEXologist streams. He's fucking awesome. YouTube.com/HEXologist, I think. Anyone know how much HEX is in Uniswap? I do. 1 Ethereum will get you 63,792 HEX. And if you drop down to the USDC, actually, hold on. 1 Ethereum will get you 63,600 HEX. And if you use USDC, $1 will get you 347 HEX. That is pretty fucking cool. Oh, that is pretty cool, man. Don't you love that hexdex.win supports USDC, DAI, HEX, TUSD? Trustless, no counterparty risk. I mean, stable coins, they're not really trustless, right? There's like a counterparty on the other side usually. Why don't you think Trump and Mnuchin give the $1,200 payment in HEX? That's the first nice thing that you've said, Mr. Guy that asked all those other questions that I've answered a million times. I like that question. Glad you asked it. Yeah, I hope they do that at some point one day. That'd be great. Oh, somebody says I'm way behind in chat. Dude, I'm not way behind. I'm 12 minutes behind in chat. That ain't way behind. It takes time to answer questions, man. I can't scroll chat while I'm answering a question. At least I've never tried it. Uniswap cannot run out of HEX. It's mathematically impossible. Not through purchases. No amount of purchasing or selling will run Uniswap out of HEX. It's impossible. So you don't have to worry about that. Price will just go very, 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 very high. How much more X before we can see your dance moves again? I don't know, man. That's a good question. That's a good question. I'm 11 minutes behind. What determines the share rate? So the share rate is based on the highest ROI anyone has ever gotten, which will always be a guy that's staked on day one, if there is such a guy. So in theory, if somebody on day one, and I haven't looked at this, so it might be true, it might not be true, I don't know. In theory, if a guy staked on day one, for every single possible day forward, which would be 5,555 different end stake days, maybe 5,554, but somewhere around there, every time that guy ends a stake on time, preferably as early as possible, just after the expiration, he will always set the highest ROI ever seen because he's been staked for the longest time. Now, you could say, if that guy had maxed out his bigger pays better bonus with 150 million HEX stake and was day one and had a stake ending every single day, then he would always have a maxed out BPB and the longest stake that participated in the most payout periods, happens daily. Then when he ended his stake, he would have the highest ROI ever seen, and then the price would ratchet up based on his ROI. And then if he did the same the next day, he'd move the price up. And then if he wasn't maxed out BPD, there's a chance someone else could overtake him. Or if he didn't stake the first day, then somebody else did, then they could be the guy that sets the price. Basically, the price is whatever ROI, the highest ROI the system's ever seen has been. So someone makes an absolute killing that ratchets up the share price. And then that's the lowest price anyone will ever be able to pay ever again. You can never pay lower than that ever again. That's how it works. And it's similar to compounding interest. Because in compounding interest, if you got in the earliest, you got the most compounding, okay, then you set the highest price, right? Does pay include your principal? Yes, unless you get the shit penalized out of you by having an early or late end stake, in which case you can lose all of your money, all of your principal and your interest. If you serve half of your stake, you usually should get at least your principal back. You want the HEX necklace? You got to search around, buddy. Hexagons are pretty awesome. You can find them a lot of places. It's very cool. You can even have one made. You can go to shapeways.com and have one made. Or I'm sure there's some really good hexagon ones there already. By the way, shares become more rare than HEX because shares keep costing more and more HEX. So shares are actually the most rare thing in HEX. My thought about prices on Big Pay, I got no idea, man. I think a lot of people are going to have their eyeballs on that 100, 200, 300, who knows how many $100 million big payday in 200 days, more or less. It's a lot of money, right? So I think if people see value in that money and they see value in that amount of HEX in the future, then, you You could see the price raising up into that day. Now look, I'm very, very careful about telling you guys about price because I have no idea what's going to go on. I have no idea at all what is going to happen. So my guess is it's going to be volatile. Price could go up a lot. Price could go down a lot. My gut feeling is, you've got this big payout thing. Unless there's a lot of speculators like selling before it, maybe it pumps into that. But once again, I do not like talking to you about HEX price because I have no idea what it will do. And there are no guarantees. And every crypto in the world that's not a stable coin tends to go down 85, 95%. So if HEX doesn't do that and it outperforms like it's been outperforming, that would be fabulous, But I have no crystal ball. I do not know what the price will do. If you want to talk about price, go to t.me/HEX crypto, t.me/HEX trading, t.me/HEX charts, and you can talk to other guys about, what they think the price will do. I think Uniswap is the most indicative of what the HEX price is because it is the most liquid market where HEX can be bought and sold. So I think that the Uniswap price is the most important price to HEX because it is the price at which someone could actually sell. Whereas in the AA, if you wanted to sell your HEX there, there's no opportunity to do that. There's no selling in AA. No one can sell in AA. The only thing that happens in AA is that people can mint their own HEX. And you're not buying or selling anything because it doesn't exist yet. You're the one that's inventing it. You're the one that's creating it. So, for instance, if I had a piece of paper, it was blank, I said, I'm going to draw a picture of a star. Okay, there's my star picture, right? Did I buy it? No, I built it. Well, the HEX AA is the same way. Okay, I'm going to mint some HEX. Okay. Well, how do I get to do that? Well, first I got to make my own private key. And then from my own private key that I'm the only one in the world that's ever made, and it's the only one that's ever existed, I'm going to then derive a public key from that. And then using that public and private key pair, I'm going to either mine my own full block or be in a pool that mines a block or pay some other miner to include my transaction in a block. And usually those guys accept Ethereum. So now you're going to do all this work, create a private key, derive the public key, make your block or pay someone else to do it, and then send some Ethereum to an address, and then mint your own HEX. Well, that ain't nothing like buying something. You didn't receive anything from anyone. You did all the work. You created it. So it's very important that people understand that the AA system is not a system in which you are buying anything because you are not. You are minting your own coins. It just has an extra network rule that's similar to other people that have minted their own coins in that system, that you have had sent some Ethereum to an address, but you don't receive anything, right? So it's kind of like drawing yourself a picture. And you only draw that kind of picture just similar to the way other people drew their pictures. There's a network rule. So to answer your question, Uniswap, I believe, as the most liquid market that people can buy and sell HEX in, is the most real price. Give yourself a pat on the back, sir. HEX is fantastic. When was the last time a new crypto was so loved and hated at the same time? Can't argue with the metrics. Hatching a plan to punch up viewers. Thank you for your kind words, sir. Thank you very much. Does Richard hate socialists? Usually, yeah. So I believe in socialism for needs and capitalism for wants. So, mental health care, healthcare in general, that's something that's good for everybody. And if you don't think that's good for everybody, you just ain't been around enough crazy people. The world works better when people have what they need. And when people don't have what they need, they'll come and take yours, and you're not going to be very happy about it. So Healthcare, education, law enforcement, military. These are public goods that benefit the whole and are well worth it, you know. Or you guys could all be talking German right now, and the Nazis could have won World War II. But instead, we had a draft. Forced people to go to war. Worked out better for the world. So sometimes you got to do what's not fair, but works better. Just like this quarantine. Is it fair that everyone's got to stay home? No. But what's the upside? What's the profit? All the dumbasses that wouldn't be smart enough to stay home on their own end up having to do that. And so, you know, the smart people lose a little bit of rights, and then all the stupid people that would have used those rights amazingly wrongly, right, which is why we have speed limits. Now, most people break them anyway, but they'd break them a lot more if there wasn't any penalties. And you would say, hey, man, you know, I'm a race car driver, and I drive a race car, and, you know, well, you know, James Dean was a race car driver too, and he's dead as fuck. Died in his race car on the normal road. Not even racing. Just someone pulled out in front of him. Couldn't dodge him, hit him. I mean, shit, I've even had that happen to me. And I've been on the other side of it too. I've been, man, driving's, you know, you're going to get in some accidents. Ain't no good. Ain't no good. So, look, in this world, there are systems that are more effective than other systems. You can see the results in the real world. And in countries that have more socialist policies, like free education and free healthcare, their citizens get superior health outcomes at lower costs. It is really that simple. If you like superior health outcomes at lower costs, then single-payer healthcare is superior. And to give you a simple reason as to why it might be superior, 1/3 of all medical expenses in the United States are for insurance overhead. And they don't treat you, and they don't invent cures. They're fucking middlemen. So if you got rid of that third, you would get 50% more healthcare money for free by getting rid of the fucking leeches that don't do anything. Now, there would be other middlemen in there, but they would work at a far better margin. You maybe would pay 5 or 6% overhead instead of fucking 30. So there's all these places where excellent advantages can be had by using socialism, and places where we need things. But for things that we just desire, capitalism is the best. Capitalism is the best. I mean, the problem with socialists as they are popularized is that they want losers to get the same rewards as winners. And they want to remove incentivizations that align goals. And that is ineffective. You need the alignment of incentives, or you will have poor performance. So, you know, in the USSR, they had a saying that they pretend to pay us and we pretend to work. And that's how it really went. Shit was not that efficient. So you really want to use capitalism where you can, which is most places. Will I take 1,000 hex for my necklace? No. Mine. Not selling it. I sell it for 1 billion hex. It's a lot of money. HEX has had 2 security audits and 1 economic audit. Only 2 of them are published because, long story, the other one was never like finalized for public presentation. But the part where you actually try and find bugs was complete. Rich, thanks for convincing me to take my keys off of the exchange. That's worth the entry fee alone. My pleasure, bro. When that exchange gets hacked, you're going to feel like you dodged a bullet. Is it easy to build your own computer? Yes. Just watch YouTube. It's very easy. Hey, Richard, do we get principal plus BPD? Yeah. Yes. The BPD is separate. This is the second time I've been asked that. I should explain that better. I want to give you a big shout out for every hilarious stream. I laughed a lot. Very much humor, man. Oh, thanks, brother. Appreciate that, man. It's funny that on 50x up and everything going amazing, that I could still be upset that okay, now it's time for the respect. It's like my standards seem to be very high. I'm not sure I'd be happy if HEX were #1 crypto right now on the MarketCap charts. I'd probably be talking about how the government should be paying everybody in HEX or something, High standards, man. This is so stupid. My brain fucking hurts. It hurts me right now. Listen to this retarded dumbass question, okay? And this is from a guy with HEX in his username, so I don't understand it. Hey, why not make a tweet with evidence from Etherscan that a whale from the ETH Genesis block caused the pump? I did that. And I retweeted it. And it's on Richard Hart Win. And it's on HEX Crypto. And it's on Telegram HEX News. And it's in Strape. And it's in Strape Charts. And it's in t.me/HEX Crypto. It's fucking everywhere. And not only did I just retweet the first post in the thread, but I think I retweeted the fucking 2 posts under it as well. The first post showed the guy's fucking Etherscan addresses. The next post showed his stakes on hexinfo.io. And then the next post was some other fucking thing. So there's at least a 3-post thread that was fucking tweeted that does exactly what you're saying. And this was only hours ago. So what the why don't you watch any of the fucking social channels where this exact thing that you have suggested has already been done? So I'm going to post that link in chat now. Look, I know you got HEX in your username, so I don't want to be too hard on you. But man, that shit's already done, bro. Why don't you know that? You should know that already. Okay, this was 9 hours ago. Here's the post. And that was the third of the posts. So here's the first of the posts. And this is a thread. And here's the second. And of course, YouTube is not accepting my fucking chat for some reason. It shows me a red X. Don't know why. Don't know why. Technology, man. Okay, so those are the 3 tweets that do exactly what you... And we're done 9 hours ago. Now where's my chat? A lot of clicking going on here. Oh, you know what? I can post these directly into chat. I can post these directly into chat this way because the window is still up. There's the first one. Or actually, I'm not sure if that was the first one or not. God damn Facebook or Twitter. It's not posting my links properly. Fucking stupid thing. Is it? Why is the word status in this URL? I don't recognize that as normal, but maybe it is. So let's paste them all again. All right, so now they're in YouTube chat. and all the other streams chat. No, it wasn't HEXologist that asked that. It was another guy. It's okay. Look, maybe he just missed the tweet 9 hours ago. You know, it's okay. So good suggestion. It's already been taken 9 hours in the past. Yeah, all right. I actually caught up with chat. It's like a miracle. Guys, I mean, thank goodness everything's going great. If you want to see HEX on an exchange, message them and tell them you want to see it on the exchange. If you want to see HEX ranked properly somewhere, message them, tell them it should be ranked properly. If you want to see HEX in some place that isn't tracking it or isn't showing up in the search bar or something, you know, mention and be like, hey guys, you know, I've been using this thing for a while. I'm a good customer of yours. Can you please fix this? You know, you don't have to be a dick about it. Be nice about it. You know, these people aren't getting paid to provide these services to HEX. You know, CoinMarketCap isn't receiving money. CoinPaprika isn't receiving money from HEX. So, you know, be nice. Be nicer than I am in my live stream. Be, you know, congenial and such. Which is just a fancy word for nice, I believe. So here's what you should do. Go to Uniswap.hex.crypto. I'm sorry, Uniswap.hex.vision and look at the chart and be amazed. Go to charts.cointrader.pro. Fuck, I can never remember that URL. Fuck, I can't remember it. It's in the HEX news newsfeed. T.me/HEX news. T.me/HEX crypto. Twitter.com/HEX crypto. Twitter.com/Richard Hart Win. Twitter.com, or rather YouTube.com/Scivive. YouTube.com/Richard Hart. Maybe one day that'll come back up and we'll use it again if YouTube stops banning things. Facebook.com/HEX crypto. I think we're on Instagram as the same. And God, reddit.com/r/HEX crypto, or just hexcrypto.reddit.com. What other cool stuff? hexdex.win, hexinfo.io, hex.live, hex-data.com, uniswap.info, pools.fyi. All awesome sites. All great resources that you can use. hardhex.xyz, another hex.win. The amount of stuff that the community has built is damned amazing. I'm very, very impressed. And all of you guys that might be listening, that are developers, private message me at t.me/Richard Hart, and I'll give you access to our developer room. I talk about a lot of cool stuff in there. I think you'll like it. Anything else? Yeah, enjoy your mad gains, guys. 50x in 108 days. Living the dream. And it's only 108 days in. And I'm very excited to see what happens. I'm very, very excited to see what happens. And I love that you guys are here on this ride with me. There's some really cool people in chat, and I couldn't be happier. I love what you guys are building, and I love that you've made me not matter because you got this all covered. You got the live streams going. You got everything going. I am not necessary. So it's pretty awesome. The design is working, and it's working better than I expected, which is, you know, I expected a lot, but I didn't expect 50x in month 4. That's a lot. That's a lot. I love it. I love it. And this is with maximum FUD. And imagine, hey, hypothetically, what if CoinMarketCap puts us where it belongs in the front page? Does that mean the algorithms start buying? Does that mean the index funds start buying? Does that mean that, you know, that CoinGecko is like, okay, maybe we should fix our first page too. And then now we're there as well. And what does that do? You know? And what if we show up in the search bar in Etherscan? What if we show up in the search bar in Uniswap? And what if we show up in the search bar in MetaMask? All these cool things would be very easy for these people to fix. Imagine. That could be good, you know? So I'm excited to see what happens. It was good talking to you guys. I don't know when I will stream next. And I didn't know I was going to do this stream. So it's good talking to you. I like the questions were, they weren't as good as my last stream, but they were okay. They were okay questions. I probably answered so many in the last stream. Maybe it was hard to find good questions for this one. All right, guys. Have a good time. Go to pumpamentals.com if you want 10% bonus on your minting your own HEX out of the AA system. Or, you know, you can go to hexdex.win. And I think for you guys that are in foreign countries, if you guys are in foreign countries and, you know, like China, the Great Firewall blocks MetaMask, and in Dubai, apparently they block MetaMask too. If you're in one of those countries, there's a very good chance that you could use a different dApp browser to access Uniswap.exchange or hexdex.win, same contract, and you could get around that shit, right? So if you find a dApp browser that works, there's a chance that you know, you might be able to use Uniswap.exchange, or you could use a VPN, right? Which is something a lot of people do to gain their freedom to get around oppressive censorship of the internet. So, yeah, enjoy it, guys, because we're living the dream right now. We went up when everything else went down, and then we went up even more. I mean, 50x, maybe it's not the moon, but damn, 50x. Bitcoin only did 26 or 27x in its bull run to 20K from the bottom of its bear market at 266. We already beat Bitcoin's returns. Let me check the math on that. That's a 75x. Let's do it again. Yeah, it's a 75x. So I don't know why the hell I was saying that it was only 27x. Maybe I was quoting like a 1 year. It did 27x in a year. Yeah, I was using a shorter time frame. So that when Bitcoin did its like super duper peak, the fastest acceleration it did on its parabolic rise, its exponential rise, was a 1 year period that it did 27x. Let me check that on the homepage because I quote it. So it went from 750 to 20,000 in 378 days, which was 26x. And then in about that same time frame, this is the end of 2017, Ethereum did a 233x from $6 to $1,400 in 403 days. That's a lot of gains fast. Well, HEX has already outperformed the fastest acceleration Bitcoin had in 2017 by twice the height in half the time. So HEX has done better than Bitcoin has ever done in the last 5 or 6 years. Maybe I don't know that Bitcoin's ever done this good ever in its entire chart. I'd have to scroll back and look at it. If you want to scroll back and look at ancient history, you can go to tradingview.com and type BLX, and that is the most accurate chart for the ancient history of Bitcoin. And you're just, if you want to compare Bitcoin's volume when it started to HEX volume when it started, there's just no damn comparison. We're blowing it away. We got hardware wallets now. We've got on-chain exchange now. We've got $10 to $15 million of liquidity now. We've got like, it's not even any damn comparison. All right, guys, I'm out. It's been a pleasure.